Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's Craft of All Things, and I am coming at you guys today. I just want to address something. So when I do my projects and I'm using iron-on vinyl, I get a lot of questions like, what type of tape is that you're using to apply the vinyl on the shirt or the hat or whatever it is that I'm working on? And I'm like, transfer tape? Like, this is iron on vinyl. There is no transfer tape involved in that. So, I'm going to explain the difference between permanent vinyl and HTV or iron on vinyl. All right? Let me take a sip of my water first. All right. So let's get into it. You know me, I don't do extra talking. I like to get right into it, okay? So we're going to discuss the difference between HTV iron on vinyl and permanent vinyl, also called adhesive vinyl. These two things do two totally different things. All right. This is a piece of acrylic. It's just a little acrylic square or rectangle, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use a piece of fabric. I'm cutting a piece of shirt off, okay? So please don't clown me. All right? The fact of the matter is that I just want to show y'all the difference between the two because y'all get confused. Hold on. All right, this good right here. Just use that right there. All right. So that's what we got. Okay? Permanent vinyl adhesive. Okay? And you got HTV iron on vinyl. Okay? This right here is permanent vinyl adhesive. Put that right there. All right? This is iron on vinyl, also called HTV. HTV means heat transfer vinyl, okay? Permanent vinyl is an adhesive. Adhesive meaning that it sticks to a surface. So let's talk about first what they are. Well, I just told you what they are. Permanent vinyl is an adhesive vinyl. It sticks to surfaces. HTV, heat transfer vinyl, also called iron on vinyl. It's basically what the name says. It is heat transfer. It transfers to surfaces with heat. Okay, so one uses heat, one does not use heat. Okay, now let's go into the differences on how they look on the paper. So with this iron on vinyl, the top part is usually really shiny. All right, the back part is usually the same color as the color of the vinyl itself. So if you're getting red vinyl, usually the backing is going to be red. For purple, usually the backing is going to be purple. But one of the main differences between HTV or iron on vinyl and permanent vinyl, adhesive vinyl, is that the backing of the vinyl is like the same type of material that you're cutting out. So you see how this back, everything is vinyl backing. Everything is vinyl backing. You see that? Now let's get into the permanent vinyl adhesive. For this one, the top part is going to be the color that you buy. So if you buy red, you'll see that the top part is red. Purple, the top part is purple. Black, the top part is black. Let's look at the back. The back is different. This is paper. This is paper right here. It does not have the same material vinyl backing that it does on the front. So the front has the actual vinyl material on the front. The back has paper. Look at the difference between the two. Permanent vinyl adhesive has paper backing. The back of HTV iron-on vinyl is the same material as the vinyl. It is the same color as the vinyl that you are purchasing. That's the main difference. This is how you can tell between the two. So if you are in Michael's, Joann Fabric, any type of vinyl warehouse, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, this is how you can tell. If you are confused about what it is that you are buying, you can be able to tell what it is that you are getting. If you're buying 12 by 12 sheets of vinyl and you are confused, turn it over and look at the back. If it's paper, you're buying an adhesive vinyl. It does not require heat to transfer to a surface. If you look at the back of the sheet and you see that it is the same color as your vinyl, you are purchasing HTV, heat transfer vinyl, or iron-on vinyl. All right, so now that we got that, so now we know what the difference between the two is and how to decipher which one is which. Okay? Now, let's get into the surfaces that these two can go on, okay? So now you have, for your permanent vinyl adhesive, this can go onto plastic, acrylic surfaces. It can go onto wood. It can go onto countertops, porcelain. It can go onto tumblers, cups, water bottles. What else can it go on to? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I said wood already. It can go on top of notebooks if you're trying to customize notebooks. So, because ultimately it's used to stick onto surfaces. All right. Now, the iron-on vinyl, it goes onto wood as well. It goes onto acrylic as well. Yes, HTV iron-on vinyl can go onto wood and acrylic. I will show you guys projects that you can make using iron-on vinyl. It can also iron on onto canvas surfaces. Canvas is like when you go to a painting party, or if you go to a painting with a twist and you guys are painting on a canvas, you can put iron-on that. Iron-on vinyl can go onto most fabrics. It can go onto leather, velvet, suede. It can go onto, cotton fabric, polyester, silk, rayon. So, but, most of all, long as you know that it transfers with heat. It is not an adhesive. It is not something that you stick onto something. All right. So let's get into the method of application, how you would apply iron-on. Let me weed it for you. This is just a Mickey Mouse head. All right. Look at this. Now, this is where the question came from. So, anytime that I post process videos on projects and I'm using iron-on vinyl, you guys think that this clear thing is transfer tape. That is not transfer tape. This clear part right here is called a carrier sheet because it's carrying your vinyl on the sheet. Okay, so the vinyl has to be attached to something until it's transferred onto the surface. This is the carrier sheet. That is what it is attached to. When you place this on fabric, it has a sticky part. It's not like like it's not extra sticky to where you can't easily lift it up and move it around if you want to place it somewhere else on whatever surface that you're picking, but it's sticky enough to be able to, stay in place. That's what that is. This is a carrier sheet, not transfer tape, not transfer sheet. That's not what it is. Now I'm going to place Teflon sheet on top of that. You cannot press HTV iron-on vinyl without having a protective part covering. If you do this, your vinyl will burn. It will not stick at all. It will wrinkle. It's not going to work. Trial and error. Trust me. You can use parchment paper as well. That's this right here. Parchment paper. Get it from Walmart, Target, the dollar store, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Kmart, Winn-Dixie, Publix. All right, Walgreens, CVS, they have parchment paper. You can even use a pillowcase. You can use a shirt. You can use a towel, but you have to have something protecting that carrier sheet that's carrying your vinyl, because if not, the design will burn. Now, you go ahead and you press. I'm using a Cricut mini press. I use the small one because when I'm working with small projects, it can get into tight spaces and it's very convenient. I'm not gonna use a humongous heat press for just a little project. So, gotta make sure that you apply pressure. See that? Gotta press some more. So yeah, this is the major difference. This is not transfer tape. That is not what this is. But I said that I was going to do a video speaking on the difference between the two. So when I'm doing my video and when I'm peeling the carrier sheet, you guys are again thinking that I'm using transfer tape. Again, that's not what this is. Look at this. Carrier sheet, not transfer tape. This is not even strong enough to be a transfer tape because it's not that sticky. But for my Cricut Krafters, with your carrier sheets that come with your iron-on vinyl, keep them, because you can use them as stencils and paint t-shirts and stuff like that. So save these, okay? If you want to save these, and I'll post a project using these another time. But yeah, so now this one, this is the permanent adhesive. We're going to use this one too and do something with it. I'm going to weed it out for you. That's permanent adhesive vinyl. You see the difference? The vinyl was attached to a carrier sheet for the iron-on, and for the permanent adhesive, the vinyl is attached to a paper. All right, big difference. Now, for the method of application for the permanent vinyl adhesive, you need to use transfer tape. Now, this is where the transfer tape comes from, okay? This is what we use for permanent vinyl or adhesive vinyl. So we use heat to carry this vinyl from the carrier sheet to the fabric. Now for the permanent vinyl adhesive, we need to use transfer tape to carry it from this paper to the surface that we are working on, okay? Usually when you are using acrylic, it always has a protective film to keep the acrylic from being scratched. So I'm going to peel that off. All right. So I got my transfer tape. Place it over the permanent vinyl, okay? You can use a squeegee. Sorry. You could use a squeegee, or you could use a debit card, credit card, and attach it to the transfer tape. Look at that. See? The transfer tape picked the vinyl up right off the paper backing. Throw this away. Now I'm going to transfer this right here. So I hope you guys are able to see the big difference. Now, so I used the transfer tape to put this vinyl on my acrylic piece. And I use a squeegee to make sure I get all the bubbles out, so you can have perfect application on your surface. And now we're going to lift the transfer tape up. Do it at an angle and make sure you don't pull it up like this. Bring it down and do it slow. Take your time. Look at that. There you go. And you, my friend, now know the difference between permanent vinyl or adhesive vinyl and HTV, also called iron-on vinyl. Two completely different things, okay? So I hope that everybody understands this. You know, I break things down simple. I love to help y'all. I want to see y'all succeed in y'all Cricut journey. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, just let me know. Any concerns, please give me time to reply. So what did we review today, Cricut Crafters? We reviewed the difference between permanent vinyl, adhesive vinyl, also called, and we looked at HTV, also called iron-on vinyl. We learned how the two are applied to the surfaces, and we learned what surfaces they go on, and how to decide, you know, which one you want to buy and what to look for when you are buying one of the two, okay? So you guys have a good Friday. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, and God bless.